Okay. Well, okay.
Well, we will see. It is. I did see that it is on YouTube, and it does save on YouTube as unlisted.
Okay.
We'll fully get there. Thank God.
There you go.
Like, the screen now looks fine now that I left the scheduled broadcast area. Went to just the regular. It's so weird. Okay. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Did You Read the Group Chat? The only place on the internet where you can read all about the group chat. As with me as always here in the pod, I'm gonna do things a little formally today. With me as always, I'm Adam. Of course, I have Casey here with me, a potential
hello,
a potential running mate for Kamala Harris to be vice president. And we have Miranda, who's mere hours away from her Alaska excursion. So this is thrilling.
All true. All true things. Running mate, Alaska, all of the above.
Yeah. And then just me in an attic.
Yeah.
Figuring out this platform.
Technology.
How are we?
On this Monday.
On this normal, non-historic week.
So normal. Like, what? Boring, really.
Really, like something needs to happen.
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do this weekend?
Not the pointer.
This is my floppy carrot.
Yeah. I went to a movie. I saw Kinds of Kindness.
Oh, who cares?
It's 3 hours.
Never even heard of that.
It's the new.
That's the new
Yorgos.
Yeah, Yorgos Lanthimos.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
It's got Emma Stone, Willem Dafoe, Jesse Plemons.
Who's the director of
Jesse Plemons needs to be studied.
In what way?
This man has lost like 2 times his body weight.
I haven't seen him lately.
Oh my God. In this film, he is even smaller than when he first originally lost weight. And I'm like, he doesn't even look near like the same person at all. It's so wild.
Because he's usually just a little pudgy, just a little plumper on the face.
Yeah.
A little thicky boy.
But no.
Not anymore. With Jesse Plemons.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. Let me share screen.
Was Jesse Plemons the friend in She's All That? Was that him?
That's a great question.
He's in Breaking Bad, one of your favorite shows, Miranda.
Oh, and the spinoff, Better Call Saul. Two of my favorite.
And the spinoff,
series.
Better Call Saul, TM. Wow, yeah. Thinny Mini.
He wasn't in She's All That.
Oh, okay. But even that photo that you just had up, that doesn't even look like what he looks like now.
Oh, really?
Yes. In this new film, he is probably a third less of what he was in the second photo.
He's like Steve Rogers at the beginning of Captain America.
Yeah.
Just like
baby. Let's talk about great CGI in films.
Snatched.
Baby little Captain America. Pre-Captain America.
Oh, that's so creepy.
It was so creepy how they did that. I was like, you look like a little alien, a little 70-pound alien.
Yeah. But yeah, we saw Kinds of Kindness. I fell asleep during the third half because it is third half.
The third half. Yes.
The third movie. Because it's 3 movies, Miranda. You would have hated it.
Oh.
What do you mean it's 3 movies?
It's 3 films. Like, there's like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, but they're
separate
stories.
Plots.
They play different characters.
Oh.
But it's all the same character. It's all the same actors.
How do they split it up? Do they
it's just one plays through and then there's credits and then it goes to the
there's credits.
I mean just like who each actor plays.
Interesting.
And then they go to the next one. But I did fall asleep during the third one. And then we went to a nice fancy dinner. And I had an espresso martini.
Where did you go? Olive Garden?
Yes, of course. I love
only
my
the
espresso
fanciest.
martini from Olive Garden. We went to a place, like a Austin place called Eberly. There were several bachelorette parties. I did tell them it was our anniversary, so we did get free champagne.
Absolutely.
You gotta.
It
wasn't champagne, it was definitely Prosecco, but you gotta, for sure.
Yeah, if you're doing a resi or a open table and it asks you, are you celebrating anything? You always got to put something.
You always have to.
What's life if not worth celebrating? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. We're basically celebrating moving in together. So last year. So
I was like,
it's been a year.
Oh, okay. The anniversary of the move-in. Sure.
Anniversary of my shit coming over here. So
But speaking of your shit, I see it still in trash bags behind
Casey,
you.
take it out of the bag.
They can't breathe anymore, Casey.
Listen, they've got to stay in the bags until my ass gets a new job. That's gonna be the thing.
The
now.
reward.
Because it's so nice now, because like when they're in the bags, there's like a nice little spot that Cupcake comes and lays there.
Oh, that's
so
lovely.
Very sweet.
You know, you could just get rid of them, and then you wouldn't even have to deal with the bags either.
They're already in the trash bags. Let's just throw them out.
Let's just toss them out. Take them to the bins.
Take them to half of these are from the bins.
Yeah, bring them back home.
Bring them back home. Yeah, you fostered them for a while. It was very nice, and now we're putting them back in the system.
It's like a nice program, you know.
Yeah, it's a chance for them to see the world. That's beautiful.
Yeah, Adam, what did you do this weekend?
Bitch, I got my whole life at the movie theater. We went to the movies for I guess maybe the second time this year, since we saw Mean Girls in like January.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And we saw, of course, cinema's finest film, Twisters.
Twisters, plural.
The sequel to the 90s seminal classic Twister. We did see it in 4DX. I have never seen a movie in 4DX. Have you seen anything in 4DX, Casey?
Absolutely not.
I know Miranda fucking hasn't. That's damn sure.
Excuse me? I have absolutely sat through Honey, I Shrunk the Audience multiple times.
That is not. No. See, that's 4D.
It is tough
4DX.
to be a bug. I would consider 4DX. It is tough. So very tough to be a bug. 4DX.
It's fucking crazy.
So
it's not 3D, which is the best part.
It's not 3D. Oh, that's good.
It's kind of 4DX like. Do you remember Shrek 4D? You had singular chairs, and those moved a bit.
Crazy.
Yes.
So 4DX not being in 3D, that's iconic, because that was could not.
I didn't know for sure if it was or not, and I was willing to be like, you know, it is what it is. It's like a 2-hour movie. It was fine. Yeah. I was like, I'll deal with it, just because so many people were like, it's so goofy, like LOL. Not in 3D, which is, I say, huge plus.
100%.
Huge. I would rather deal with the like getting tossed my ass around in the seat than deal with glasses that don't fit over my own glasses, to be quite honest.
So
and the gags are never good enough. Like, you know, it just never really works.
Well,
3D.
Oh, for the 3D. Oh, yeah. Well, especially like
the payoff is never there, really.
No, unless you're seeing Avatar, which was like purposefully made to be a movie that you see in 3D. Like most movies, it's just like, oh, it seems more dimensional. Okay, fine. So 4DX, you have like, it's just like a regular movie theater, and then they just like install these seats on lifts, basically. And you like have to pull your footrest down from your chair to like, because you have to like keep your feet on the footrest, because you're like, bitch, you're a rockin'.
Do you have seatbelts?
No seatbelts. And there was a point that I was like, this is just right at the mark where I was like, anything more than this, I feel like I need a seatbelt. I want to shout out Regal Cinemas. We did go to Regal. I think they are the ones that have the official 4DX like partnership or whatever, because it's like a branded thing. But I gotta shout out Miss Regal Cinemas and her. She may be using Pepsi, but those lids are secure on those cups. We were jostling, and I completely the whole time was ready to be like, okay, so it's definitely I'm gonna get soaked. This is gonna open up on top of me, and at no point did any of that Diet Coke spill.
Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi, yes, of course, which I do think is better than Diet Coke. And then, okay. But literally, I'm going to give you a demonstration of what it looked like while I was watching this movie.
Okay, Adam's backing up.
Adam looks like when you're watching the pre-show video for what dinosaur is about to happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just like dinosaur.
Just like dinosaur.
Literally just like dinosaur. I'm not kidding. It was so crazy. I could not believe how much they move. But it was really fun. I mean, it was stupid.
Was there wind?
Oh, there's wind. There's rain. There's mist. There's fog at the screen.
What?
There's lightning flashes. There's there's the motion. There's like the stuff in your back, so you like feel.
Oh my god! No,
it's all of it. There's wind under your feet, so you like feel stuff come out. All of it, girl.
Crazy.
And I would say, I was influenced by reels, by TikToks, of people doing
Social
the like
media.
this is me before I go see Twisters and 40X, and then it's them. There was this one where a girl's like eyelash was like fully on her cheek.
So
that one was the one that I was like, all right, you've convinced me, girly pop.
It.
And I will say, like, a movie where the big monster is weather is
Mother Nature
is the ideal 40X experience, because so much of it is like water based. That's the stupid like fun of it. And so every scene had rain in it. So we were constantly like getting missed. I mean, we were in like the third row from the back, and it wasn't like a huge theater. Like there
was the whole theater 40X?
The whole theater was 40X. The whole theater was completely full. It was 11:30 in the morning. Like,
wow.
I was trying so hard to get tickets that was like the morning of, I was like getting prepared to like record with Ari, because we record Harry Potter on Saturdays. And I had been looking, and like there was like, we could either go at midnight and there were a bunch of options, or if we went on the other time, there were like one seat here, one seat here, one seat here, like it wasn't together. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. And some asshole had booked like 2 middle seats, and then like with the 2 outside seats, leaving those open. So like it was like 1 and 1 and 2. I was so annoyed. But I was like, well, it's just not meant to be, like the whole weekend. Like I was like, it's not meant to be, it's fine. And then like just happenstance, I looked one more time right before I was like recording with Ari, and there were like 2 that had just opened up. So I like snagged them. And then I texted Ari and I was like, we have a hard out. We have a hard out this morning. But the trailers are at this point 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I think the first thing Kamala Harris needs to do as president is an executive order to say 15 minutes max.
15 minutes.
Max. Max.
That includes the Regal commercial.
That includes your little sody pop commercial. Yeah.
Snack bar commercial. That includes any and all commercials.
Yep. That includes Maria Menounos. Okay.
And
her doing her
sure.
Yeah. That's all that. But yeah, it was really fun. I mean, the movie's like fine, but truly it was like when if you like air conditioning breaks and you like go to the movies to like get air conditioning, and then it's like a better experience literally just because you're in AC. You're like, well, this movie was fine, but at least I was in AC, so you kind of think it's even better. It was like that, but I was like, this was like good. Like it wasn't like a bad movie or anything, but I definitely like the communal audience experience of everyone laughing like while we were like getting tossed around like little rag dolls was so funny. And the first, because like I've never been to another one, but it seemed like the first the first time they like utilize it, they like kind of throw everything at you to show you what it's going to be like.
Shock you.
So if you're like, oh, this isn't for me, you can like leave then.
Mm-hmm.
And so after that first storm, it like settled down, and this woman behind us was like, Jesus Christ! We were all like the whole theater was laughing. We had just watched like 3 20-year-olds get sucked into a tornado and die, and we were all like, like no emotional stakes were felt in this film whatsoever, but it was fine. It was great.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I always think it like I think about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and how like it starts with a tornado, and I'm like, what if you're like on a Disney trip because you just lost your home to a tornado or something, and then you come on this ride? Like it's like, all right, why'd we have to bring a tornado into this?
I mean, yeah, that's a great question.
It's a great question.
Okay, I'm bringing in the Imagineer that's going to answer that. He's also going to speak about the Country Bear Jamboree.
Oh yeah. Bring him in.
He's actually right here. Hold on just a second.
I don't even know what this bit is.
She's grabbing.
Oh,
It's a clown. Get it?
Clown.
The clown.
Yes.
He's a clown.
Imagineering a clown.
I actually just listened to earlier today. I listened to Podcast the Ride's most recent episode, which was about the Country Bear musical Jamboree.
Mm-hmm.
And
they don't like it either.
They don't like it either. Scott was the most positive on it, and I was like, okay. But like, that's not surprising.
Well, I mean, I guess my kid likes it better, because he's gonna like the music. It's fun.
You know what I don't care about? If your child likes it or not. I could not care less if it amuses the children. Because most things do, honestly.
A child would be amused if I just slipped, like
if you yelled if you went onto the Country Bear Jamboree stage and yelled fart, kids would love that.
This is the best thing I've done all
day.
They'd
eat that.
Yeah. Miranda, are you prepared to see the cold north?
I am
the north.
Packed. I am ready.
I'm packing tonight for my trip on Thursday. I hope you're proud of me.
That is very exciting. Because you guys are just there a long weekend?
Yeah, it's Thursday to Monday.
That's nice. That will be lovely. Yeah, I'm all packed. Grandma's all packed.
Grandma's repacked.
And repacked. She shows up to my house and had a carry-on or a very large check bag and then 2 carry-on bags, like a Vera Bradley like weekender duffel, and then a Marshall's bag, which if you've seen a Marshall's bag, huge, massive, not the Marshall's bag.
Like Marshall's tote?
Yes. Like the ones that you buy for $1 at checkout.
Yeah.
That are so large and do fit so many things. They're very handy, but not fit. And I was like, no, we're not doing this.
This is just my personal item. It's going to go right under the seat in front of me. It's filled to the brim.
I do
right under the seat.
But then she opens her suitcase, and I was like, I have never seen anybody pack like this. It literally just like everything fell out. Things are like on hangers.
This happened with my mother when she came with her like suitcase packed for. I bought my mother an away travel bag last year for Christmas in preparation for this trip to Greece because I'm such a good fucking son.
So good. Okay? So good.
She had it all packed. She came. Our guest room doesn't have like Casey's been in it. Our guest room doesn't have like, she was like, do you have one of those stands for luggage to sit on? And I was like, no, because we're not a hotel. So she was like, I was like, you can do it on the floor. And she's like, well, I can't bend down that far. And I was like, so I had to set it up like on the desk, which was fine. So I open it up. I like open it for her. So it's all like out and displayed. And the whole, it just like the whole thing tumbles out. And I was like, she was like, oh my God, what happened? And I was like, well, you didn't zip it. And she was like, oh, I had to zip it? I didn't even see the zipper. And I was like,
what are we doing? What are we doing?
I was like, listen, it's a nice suitcase, but it's not, it's not redefining what a suitcase is and does, what they've always done, girl.
They're the basics here.
I saw a TikTok or something, and the general thing was like, I'm wondering how I traveled with my mother as a child, because I fully just had to walk her through checking her bag, getting her boarding pass, getting her through security, and getting her to the gate. Like, how did we get there as children? Because now it's like left the brain.
There is a level, and I love my mother so dearly, but there is, and I don't know if it's like because we grew up with technology changing in such a rapid way that we had to adjust, but like the frustrating part of like, and I'm sure every millennial can speak to this, but the frustrating part is like she is so scared to try to do anything on her own because she thinks she's gonna like break it. And I'm like, you can't even break things anymore, really. Like you have to go so far down the line in order to like fuck things up, because you can just undo everything. Yeah. I was like, just try, sweetie. Just try.
Yeah, I
make like Trixie and try everything.
Try everything. Yeah, I will be the person who like I will hold on to her passport and I will hand the TSA agent her passport and I will scan her boarding pass for her. I will put her bag up on the thing. I'm doing it all because good God.
That's me. That was me with my mother just on the cruise. I'm just like, here's her stuff. Here's her thing.
Yeah.
Here she is.
Here's she.
Mom.
I know. I got to be like, can we have pre-boarding? Thank you.
Yeah.
I need to be the first one on that plane. Thank you.
To close the loop on my mother's travel, though.
Oh, yeah.
Her luggage did not make it back home.
That happened to Matt Rogers.
What airline?
I know she took Iceland Air out. I don't know what she flew back from London. So she flew because she went like.
Oh, if she flew through London, yeah, that bag there was no way in hell that bag was making it home.
And she flew home. She flew home the Y2K day, or she flew to London Y2K day. She flew the next day back home.
Crazy.
She did have dinner with Ari though.
Oh, that's nice.
That's lovely. But her bag, so she texted me and Leslie, my sister, and she was like, the bag didn't make it to Gulfport. She had to go to Gulfport, Louisiana. She's still not even in Indiana because my niece had a national cheerleading competition in Gulfport, which she won second in nationally. Excuse me, toss.
Bring it on.
Who's going for that? So she had flown from Heathrow to Charlotte, transferred at Charlotte to Gulfport. And when she said she transferred, that is when I was like, did you get your bag to reach? Did you do the thing where you have to like take your bag and put it in the new place for it to, like, it doesn't just auto go with you. She was like, yeah, I followed the instructions. And I was like, okay, thank God. So it was like fully Charlotte's issue. She said it's the worst airport she's ever been in. I don't think I've ever been in the Charlotte airport. But I guess that's a review from my mother. So.
Wow, travel woes, man.
Travel woes. But she is like, she's fully international travel pilled now. Like she was like, I don't ever want to travel domestically again. Like I just want to see the world.
Because there's no place to see it domestically. Like
nothing. She's seen the whole country. It's fine.
She's seen it all. Well.
Casey, any news on the job front? How are we doing? How close are we?
On the Domino's ready to eat scale? Like, are we in the oven?
Julio is still preparing my order at this point. Because so I had a week of I talked to 4 different jobs. And then
how many of them were you with the university?
2.
So 2 others outside of the university.
2 outside the university.
Got it.
And this was the week of July 4th, I think. Or no. I talked to 1 person the week of July 4th, and then this was the next week. I talked to the 4. And they were like, okay, we should get back to you last week, beginning of the week. Didn't hit crickets from everyone all damn week.
Oy.
And so I still haven't heard anything, and now it's about to be Tuesday. So I'm back to the drawing board. I was looking up new jobs to apply to because I did get the confirmation that I will be going back 5 days a week. I don't have clothes for 5 days a week in person.
Oh
Like, I'm about to
5
be
is
one of those people that just
criminal.
gives up on life with clothing, working.
You're just gonna have to go to Old Navy and get the same outfit in every color.
Just all the colors.
It's like I have plenty of clothes, but it's not the clothes I want to wear. But
No.
I don't have outfits for 5 days. I don't have the stamina for 5 days.
No.
Like in the traffic, it's not great. So yeah, we're a month away. Friday was basically a month away from having to come back full time.
Oh yeah, we need an escape plan for sure.
So we are a month out.
Oh God.
So yeah.
A month out from the first day you have to be back?
From the first day we have to be back full time.
So really you're like 2 weeks out from having to put in your 2 weeks notice.
Yeah. Ooh. I mean, but like it's even if I put in my 2 weeks notice and I have to, I don't know. It's we'll figure it out. But I'm just like, just get me out of here, babes.
Are the other university jobs, are they also in office 5 days a week too?
Well, I don't know, because like I wasn't even bringing it up in the interviews because I was like more so just like asking about the job, and I figured like if I get an offer, that's when I start asking those logistics.
Right. Yeah.
But one of the jobs I did turn down a second interview. I will say that I turned down a second interview because after I met with them, I think I told you guys this. They didn't smile in the interview. It felt like bad vibes. It felt like I would kind of be just like it felt like the people that were like running the show don't know anything about communications. So they're like depending on this person to basically do it all and like have no support. And like literally the girl that did the job before was in the interview, and she's like now doing something else at UT, and they're like, yeah, we're just hoping to get someone in here pretty quick so that she can get back to her one job instead of having to do two. And it's like, you cannot expect me if I leave I'm not staying around. And like it was just like it was weird vibes. Like nobody seemed happy to be there. So I was like, I can't do this.
No. Good looking out.
Yeah.
Good catching that red flag early on, because some people don't.
I forget if I told you this, Adam. I did get a raise at my current job after I told them I'm looking at other jobs. But it's still not enough to keep me in 5 days a week, because it's already a lot of work, but it's also then like supervising someone, and it's like I don't really know how to supervise someone who will also have to come in 5 days a week, because like, babe, I don't want to be here. I don't know how to convince you like this is a great place to work. Mm-hmm. I love them just telling us on like the public pod, but
who cares?
At this point, it's like
our tens of listeners.
Truly. Yeah, my grandma was
really
like,
funny if they were like, if someone was like, unfortunately, we're going to go with other candidates. We did hear your podcast.
Like, we found something in our research.
The ultimate research.
Honestly, great. Yeah, we made it.
Yeah, but
share it with your friends.
Share it. Yes, keep listening. Following along.
Don't touch that dial.
Organization.
But yeah.
Okay, so the Olympics are coming up. Okay. This is our first Olympics. Did you read the group chat? Because the last Olympics we were, in the midst of Animal Crossing. So I have questions for the group. First of all, I think they start this weekend. Is that what it is?
Yes, I think opening ceremonies are Friday.
Ceremonies Friday. Okay, first of all, settle the debate. Summer's better than Winter Olympics.
Summer is period. Yes. But
ice skating is better than
all other. Ice skating needs its own Olympics.
Exactly.
Ice skating Olympics yearly, annually.
Yes.
Once a year.
Monthly
even.
Monthly.
No, ice skating is superior.
Yes.
But summer is better than winter.
Okay. What do we tune in? Do we catch highlights? What do we do? I grew up in a household where it was like it was on the television the whole like 3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks at the Olympics. The whole time it's on. It was just running.
Wow.
Yeah. I lived in a very patriotic home, Miranda.
That's true. I'll probably catch highlights.
Mm-hmm.
But like if something like later on is really exciting and Simone Biles is doing whatever, like I'll tune in. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
prime time coverage.
If it's prime time coverage for sure. But no, we were never like Olympic people growing up.
As I aged and I became more aware of myself, I really got into watching men's gymnastics for no reason whatsoever.
Oh,
yeah.
fascinating.
Mm.
I wonder why that would be.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I hope the opening ceremony is good because I don't remember Japan's at all. But also Japan's was weird because it was in the middle of COVID. So
yeah. I now like it that it's Olympics amidst TikTok generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's really fun to see these people who I'm like, oh, they're just normal humans who are Olympic athletes.
Yeah.
To see their point of view and not just like these big stars that we've been following our whole lives. So I really like that.
We get to see the cardboard bed.
Yes.
The Tom Daly cardboard bed.
Absolutely.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it makes it more interesting for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Olympic Village is a rockin'. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, I fully.
Just
and for good reason, to be quite honest. It's a bunch of people at the peak.
Olympic athletes.
It's a bunch of people at the peak athleticism of their lives.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
For them.
They need to blow off some steam.
Good for them. Let them do what they want.
I want like statistics though, like which sport is the craziest of the partiers?
Which sport is the horniest?
Yes. Like what are the lunch tables at the Olympics?
I want like I want Olympics meets like Love Island is really what I want.
Yes.
Where's the reality TV show?
Yes.
Where is this?
How is there not a Big Brother component of the Olympics? These people did not sign up for that. I want to be very clear. I am saying this in jest, of course, but like it would be fascinating to just see what
there
it's
would
like.
be absolutely people who sign up for it.
I want to know how much crying there is. Like I want to know how, even like in preparation, just like the stress of all of it. Just let them be real people. Let them be vulnerable. The audience loves vulnerability.
Yeah. Kind of close to that. Have either of you watched the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders Netflix show?
I have not, but I have watched.
Oh my gosh.
Little clips on TikTok. Well, I'm watching Summer House now, Casey. I'm busy. God. I'm on season 3 of Summer House.
But are you watching it on television or are you watching it through clips on TikTok that you're trying to piece
That's
together?
a great question. TikTok has not served me Summer House content yet, and I would like it to serve me Summer House content.
Thank you.
No, I'm watching it through Casey's Peacock subscription. So.
Because like we're out of Summer House, like because Summer House is filming right now for the next season, so we're out of Summer House time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why it's not serving it to you anymore.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
And Summer House is the show. It's the show that's about the construction of the Santa Monica Summer House at Disney Springs.
Oh man,
I was so close.
Yes, it's about the Let Us Entertain You restaurant group.
I actually was doing.
I would watch that.
I had to take a check to a condo building the other day for a processing fee to like do a sale, blah blah blah. I was being very nice and doing it for the buyer, and they were like, oh, the management office is like down this hallway. They have like a little galleria of like different offices that rent out space, blah blah blah. It was all Let Us Entertain You. It was Let Us Entertain You marketing, Let Us Entertain You IT, Let Us. I was like, hello,
hi,
can I work here?
Knock knock knock.
Opportunities knocking.
Always.
And her name is Adam.
Yes. Imagine you. I mean, it would be a sleigh to work and live somewhere, and then you just go downstairs to go to work.
No, for sure.
That's basically Joe. He has to go literally up the street. And I'm like, you don't understand my plight.
No.
Because it's like he literally goes in his gym clothes, goes to work.
Okay, I go to work in my gym clothes.
And then goes to the
but
gym.
you have a fake girly job. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah.
Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
I'm not jealous. I get to go.
I'm not jealous, Miranda. I love my job. I love working. I love working for the man. I love driving in the traffic to the office.
To the government.
I love Greg Abbott telling me to get back to work.
Yes.
I want to plan events and drink wine.
I know, it's an awful
drive a box truck. I don't want to do that
5 times a year. Best days of the year.
But you have to get dolled up for the events, though.
Yeah, I gotta look decent, but it's nice. I had an event.
Sorry, Casey, you wouldn't be able to wear Crocs. I'm sorry,
but Casey could rock her new vest collections.
Yeah, I'm
so good.
I'm full on the vest, and Joe's like
all in. Joe can shut the fuck up.
Yeah. He's like,
we're not gonna hate.
The best. I'm like,
yeah,
we need the best.
We need the best. And
a girl the other day when we were leaving the restaurant we were at, she was like, "I love your outfit," and I looked at Joe like,
yeah. Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
That's
what my denim vest, and she loved it.
That's what Jace is now saying to me because I am now addicted to making charm necklaces. So I made one when we were in Brooklyn. And then I was like, oh, does anybody know in Des Moines, where I could make a charm necklace? And just you just spent all this fucking money on this charm necklace. You don't need another one. And I was like, you need so many because there are different charms and there's different styles. This one was a very kitschy, fun 90s girl necklace, but I need just a regular one.
Regular.
And somebody responded, they're like, there's a new store in enter small town 30 minutes away. I've never heard of. Opening on Friday. And I was like, oh, what are the chances? So I went out and made another charm necklace. And Jace was like, okay, you good? I go, no, I'm going to make one in Vancouver as well. I found a spot in Vancouver. I'm going to make one. I'm addicted and that's fine.
They're not Pandora. They're just, but they're
they're go and you just get these little kitschy $3 charms, a peace sign great. Or
it's it's like how they used to have them at Universal and at Disney too. You'd walk into the store and there'd be a big thing of them and you could pick your charms and make a little bracelet.
It would be a great little Disney Springs pop-up, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
If only there was a store that could have been dedicated to that.
Maybe there will be another reimagining coming soon.
If only. God, we can only hope.
In 3 years. In 3 years it'll pop up.
They did announce that they're bringing those create your own headbands finally back to Disneyland after selling out opening weekend of Pixar Fest. They're bringing them back August 8th. It's okay.
When is D23 in 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
It's that August 8th weekend.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we'll save our predictions till the week, the episode that week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say maybe a new sign somewhere. It's gonna be
exciting.
Blue sky.
Yeah, I think we'll get a fabulous lawn somewhere. Yeah.
I love the people who are I think they're gonna announce a 5th park.
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
Sure. I also believe that pigs fly now. So
I do feel a bunch of D23 this year is going to be about destination. What's called in Disneyland? What are they calling that project?
Oh, Disneyland Forward? Is that what it's called?
That sounds right.
I think it's Disneyland Forward.
Yeah, I feel it'll just be a lot
where
of
they're going across Catella or whatever.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, is it time? Shall we go on?
I think it is.
All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, Casey.
All right, Casey.
Go the hell off.
What?
Okay. Okay, so I've been watching a lot of The Bear, and I understand that when you're fine dining, it doesn't have to be, like a big giant dish or whatever. But guys, if I'm paying $20 for a little pork belly appetizer, could you cut the pork belly just more than a quarter of an inch? Could I actually taste the fat on this damn pork belly in this like watermelon salad? There was so much non-pork belly in this $20 appetizer that it was just like, this is a racket. This is a ripoff. I could go down the street to my little Vietnamese place and get a giant banh mi with so much pork belly in it for $13. But for $20, I get about this much pork belly. And me and Joe just pick at it like, oh, this is fun. This is nice. But it's
not fun.
It's not fun. Like,
and it's not nice.
It's not nice. It's not nice of them.
Mm-mm.
So I'm just like, I do respect fine dining, and I do enjoy going because it's an experience. But this, I need some more pork belly, please. Thank you.
Everyone on Earth is in there. Okay, maybe I should not say everyone on Earth, but like, it seems to be that there is a protein era happening right now. So it's very weird to like choose now to be like, let's skimp on the protein.
Yeah.
Like, you'll sometimes go to a place and you'll get like chicken on your salad or whatever, and it'll be like 3 chicken strips. And you're like, what am I supposed to do with this?
It's always shrimp. It's literally no more than 5 little pieces of shrimp.
Yes.
It is never any more shrimp.
If you give me only 5 shrimp, I swear to God, they better be like fucking prawn. Like, they need to be like this big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
So stupid.
It's stupid.
Miranda, do you also have one about food? Because mine's about dessert.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
So after our little experience in this small town 30 minutes away, it was very strange. It was like they had a little main street and there was a coffee shop called Coffees and Beignets. Awful beignets. If you're going to literally be known in your small town about beignets, make them better. But so we were still hungry afterward. And Jason's like, oh, let's put our name in on Yelp for some brunch places.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always so busy. No brunch place around here takes reservations. Like, they're always walk up, but some of them have Yelp waiting lists. So Jace entered one that was like estimated arrival like 12:08 to 12:28, and then I entered one that was 12:30 to 1.
That's a big window.
Like, it's a very large window.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, well, we'll just enter. The one Jace entered, we have gone to multiple times and we really, really enjoy it. But another one that I entered it's a newer, not chain. There's only a couple in like the Midwest. I think there's like Kansas City or whatever. But it's a new location close to our house. And so I was like, well, we'll just like try there because I would rather whatever. At like 11:45, I get a text and it was like, we are moving much quicker than anticipated. Your new arrival window is from 12:07 to 12:20. And I was like, oh, slay. So I was like, so Jace, like, since it's the same time, let's just leave your waiting list and we'll go to this place. We go to this place. 12:07 comes by.
Oh no.
12:15 goes by. 12:30 goes by. 12:40 goes by. 12:50 goes by. We are still at 12:50. We are still 15th in line on the wait list. And again, which is fine, but don't text me and say you're moving quicker than anticipated.
Yeah.
Someone fucked up. Someone pressed the wrong button.
Somebody did something. So finally, it was like 1:10, and Jace like went in there. And
Pissed.
They were like,
white man mad.
I forgot to text you. So we get seated and like,
listen, as a former host, I have used. Oh, we were just about to call your name so many times.
False.
Mm-hmm.
We go in there and they're known for like their pastries or whatever. So they have like homemade Pop-Tarts and I got it. The seasonal flavor was like a lemon. Really good. Jace got a coffee cake. It was really good. Mm-hmm. But it was the most mid fucking brunch I have ever had in my life. And I was like, the fact that we like were excited because the place was always popping. It's always so good. The location downtown is always popping. I'm like, oh, it must be like good food, whatever. And it was fine, but there was nothing like, I'm going to put my name in this wait list that's 2 hours long and then wait another hour.
Yeah. Did they have more than just did you eat more than just pastries?
Yeah, I got like an eggs Benedict situation.
Okay, I'm like, did you wait 2 hours for pastries that were probably baked?
Miranda had a full steak at that point. She was so mad.
Yeah, right. I was like,
just vegetarian.
Give me the cow.
Eggs.
No, the food did come out really quickly, but also it was Pepsi products only. Immediately, I was like, do you have? And then we were with my sister, and she was like, I'll have a Dr. Pepper. And I go, oh, do you have Diet Dr. Pepper? No. And I was like, water is fine. Thank you. Jace was like, oh, what kind of beers do you have? They had one beer.
What was
one beer? It was like a citrus. It was a local brewery, but it was like a citrus beer.
One beer.
I guess I'll have that. Yeah, it was. We're not rushing. I would only get like Pop-Tarts to go, you know, like I would never, ever, ever go back. So that was really awful. Yelp, just careful. Count your days
count your days.
So rude. Anyway.
And I always wonder with like the Yelp wait list, I'm always like, does this place actually honor the Yelp wait list, or do they even know that it exists sometimes? Sometimes I'm like, I don't even know if this place, if I put myself on here, if they're going to even know that I have done that. I mean,
I only assumed that because when we joined, we were like 38th in line. And so like people were getting, and I'm like, I guess I don't know if they were canceling or what, but I was like, I assume that they're being seated by. Yeah, I was like, just then do reservations. If you know you're going to be so busy.
I assume though Yelp waitlist, you have to like as a business, you have to like agree to like do it or whatever. My guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. It was awful.
Yeah. Oof. 2 hours for
2 hours for a mid brunch.
2 hours for a mid.
And then we were going out for dinner that night, and Jace was like, "Oh, we're supposed to meet them at 5:30." I was like, "I'm not. No, you're changing it to 7 at the earliest." Like
we just ate 45 minutes ago.
Right. I cannot eat again. But anyway.
Wow. Well, I have two things I could go off about. One I will go off about, which is about this dessert I had the other day. So RJ and I went to, this was actually supposed to be my go off last week, but then we got distracted with Country Bear Jamboree. So a couple weeks ago, we went to this place where we live. It's called Hop Leaf. It's like a bar restaurant situation. They have like, I don't know, like 60 bars on tap. Like it's crazy. Or beers, I'm sorry. Beers on tap. It's crazy. But we also got some food, and the food is very like, it's giving, we just want to, it's like we want to do like elevated bar food and not what you think. It's like
elevated pub fare.
Yeah. And it's like fine. It's like fine, but like sometimes there are things you need to stick to in terms of classics. Like they're classics for a reason. So we had dessert. They had a flourless chocolate cake on their dessert menu. And I love a flourless chocolate cake. It's like one of my favorites. And RJ was actually the one who was like, we could get it. And I was like, oh, okay. So if he suggested, then we're definitely going to have it. So I was like thrilled. And the girl goes, we go, oh, can we get the chocolate cake for dessert? And she goes, yeah, of course. Oh, just so you know, it has cayenne pepper in it. Is that okay? Which is also, it's not on the, like each thing has a description of what it is, and it's not listed on the chocolate cake. And so I was like, oh, it must be like such an insignificant amount that it would like, there are sensitive people who would like really taste it, but like, right. But like a regular person is not even gonna, it's just gonna be like, oh, a flavor profile or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I'd be
so like, no, it'll be fine. Bitch, this cake was spicy. I was so mad because I was like, first of all, the cake itself was like not great. So you're already starting off on the wrong foot. You could do a cayenne pepper in your flourless chocolate cake if it was like a dark chocolate cake. Like if it had like a bitterness to it to like the spice is like combating with, like that would be fun. It wasn't even that. It was just like a regular flourless chocolate cake, and then they threw a dash of like cayenne powder in it. And I was like, this is doing nothing. There's like half of a scoop of vanilla ice cream, like not even enough to be like, oh, at least now I'm pairing it with the like, no, I couldn't even like have
decorative, like, yeah, like tiny.
I was like, okay, stop. Enough. Your whole menu is just you being like, oh, but what if we did it this way? And it's like, why? For what? It's just have a chocolate cake. Just have one thing on each section of the menu where it's like, but this is the regular thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just want the regular option, here it is. And it's just not a thing. They had like on their sandwiches, one of their sandwiches is like, it's supposed to be like a PBJ, like a grilled PBJ, but it's cashew butter and fig jam. And I was like, it was fine, but I was like, but it's not giving what you think it's giving, girl. No. And it's definitely not giving $23 fucking sandwich, girl.
Not $23.
I love fig jam. That's stupid.
But also, like, dumb. I like fig jam. I don't think I like fig jam grilled. Like, I don't think I like it warm. Like, it was like it had been grilled, and I was like, "This is weird. I don't like it."
I think it'd be okay if it had like a cheese,
like a brie.
Like a brie.
It did have I think it wasn't brie. It did have a cheese as well, but I don't remember which cheese it was. It was not goat cheese at all. No. I don't remember. It's fine. But I was just like, everything we ate, I was like, okay, but you could have just done the regular version and it probably would have been better.
Yeah.
It was like the chef was just like a little too excited to be like, let me show you what I can do. And it's like, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
That's why people don't do that, because you shouldn't.
And it's like, if you're known for having a million beers, maybe just be known for having a million beers. You don't have to be like, and also we get a little crazy in the kitchen.
Yeah.
We don't have to reinvent the wheel, guys. We really don't. The wheel is perfectly good as it is. Okay, and then the other thing that I have to tell you about, this is the last thing we'll go out on because it's so stupid. So I'm in like phase 2 of my training with my personal trainer. And he recently has been like, we really need to like, you should be doing a protein shake like in the morning, and then like also like after you work out with me, blah, 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 blah. So you can like start seeing progress. And I was like, okay, thinking like I need to like focus on like making sure I get protein before I go in. So last Thursday I had my training session at 5:00. And I was like, oh, I'll eat lunch at 4:00. So I had mac and cheese with a bunch of grilled chicken, which was great. It was very tasty. And then I went to the gym. It ended up being 5:30, but I went to the gym at 5:30. And I was working out, and halfway through, and I only have a half-hour session with him. And halfway through, I was like, I feel kind of nauseous. And he was like, oh, we just have one set left. Like, I'm sure you'll be fine. Like, we were going kind of hard. That also should have been a sign. And I was like, okay, we finish the workout. And I'm like, we ended on like these stupid, I don't know what they're called, but I was on the floor. And then I just like was sitting there, and I was like breathing. And it wasn't like I was not having an asthma attack. I would definitely know what that feels like. But I was like, I can't like move. And he was like, okay, we'll just sit and like drink your water. And it was clear. He like looked at me and he was like, your lips are pale. And I was like, well, that's not great. So I'm like drinking my water. I have my little sippy, my little wala. So I was sipping my water. And then he went to his backpack and he had like a little Domino sugar packet. And he like put it in my hand and was like, eat some of the sugar and then like drink some of the water to just like start like your blood sugar moving. And I was like, okay. So I'm like licking my hand like a crazy person. I'm in the middle of the floor of the gym, by the way, licking my hand, drinking my water, sweat, my full body sweats. Full body sweats. My hair was soaked. I sweat obviously, but like I'm not usually that sweaty. I was like dripping onto the floor. And I was like, I laid down at one point. He was like, do not lay down because you're going to pass out.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I was sitting up and I was finally like, I'm just worried. I don't feel like I'm going to throw up, but I'm worried that it's just going to happen out of my own, outside of my control. So I was like, can you bring the wastebasket from the desk over here? He was like, okay. So he brings me the wastebasket. He was like, if you want, we can like move you behind the desk so it's a little more private. And I was like, I don't know. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like breathing. And he was like, do I need to call the ambulance? And I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. And then finally I was like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. And he was like, it's okay. You can throw up in the trash can. I was like, no. So he was like, okay, well, let me like help get you up and we'll walk over. And we have like in our LA Fitness, we have like, there's like the 2 locker rooms, but outside there's like one unisex like stall. Thank God it was open. So I walked through the gym and it's not even that far, but it is the first time in my life that I've ever been like genuinely lightheaded and thought I was going to like crumple to the floor. Like I was like, I feel like a Victorian woman whose corset is too tight right now.
Oh my God.
So I finally get to the bathroom. I close the door, I lock it, and like I'm just breathing, sweating, trying to like survive this thing. And then like
You're holding onto the sides of the bathroom.
Like 5 minutes later, he like knocks on the door. He's like, "Are you alive?" And I was like, "I'm okay." You know,
I would die.
We're getting through it. And he was like, "Okay, well, just text me when you're good." And so then it was like I did like a full like Zen, like I was like breathing. We were doing like and like I got through it, but truly I was like, this is the most embarrassed I've been ever in my life. So I like finish up, I wash my hands, I get out of town, I get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
I like run out of there. I do grab a protein shake because it's right next to a Mariana. So I go and grab my protein shake on the way out. And then I get home and immediately cancel my Saturday appointment because this week I wasn't going to have an appointment anyway because I'm going out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And I was supposed to have it like an additional one Saturday. And I canceled that shit so fast it would make your head spin. I was like, I can't even look at this man in the eye for at least a week.
Time.
I am so embarrassed. So I'm probably gonna go the week like out like RJ's birthday week is the first week I'll be back. But I was like, oh, this is so embarrassing. And I did text him later and I was like, hey, like I'm okay. Thank you for helping. I apologize. Like he was like, yeah, you have to. Your body needs time to digest before you work out. Your body can't do that and do that at the same time. And I was like, no, yep, we got it. We speed ran the digestive process right at the end there. It's fine. I was so mad because one time when I was in high school, my mom and I had joined like a health gym, but it was like connected to a hospital. So it was like mostly like 100-year-old geriatrics, but they like always do the like first day. They like see what you can do, what your limits are. They explain how like some of the machines work, blah, blah, blah. So I had like gone, I was like 15, maybe I was 16 because I had my own car at that point. So I was 16. I went downtown and I was like so excited. And I like because in high school, I truly weighed like 105 pounds. Like I was this big. And I worked out, and then I was like, at one point, I like finished the machine, and I was like, sorry, can I go to the bathroom really quick? And the guy was like, yeah, totally. I go to the bathroom, and it's like one that's like, it's a stall that's like next to the machines. Like there's just happens to be one.
Oh.
Closed the door, vomited for like 3 straight minutes. And I came out, and I was trying to be like, okay, I'm fine. I came out, and he was like, are you okay? And I was like, oh, did you hear that? He was like, yes. People were like looking over like concerned. He was like, did you eat today? I was like, no, I don't usually eat breakfast. And he was like, oh, well, we want to do that. And then I never went back to that gym.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's Adam's medical moment.
I think maybe looking at another LA Fitness location for the time being.
Maybe like a different city. Even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go to the burbs.
Yeah.
For sure.
Maybe be like, hey, do you have a gym in the burbs we can go to? Because you live in the burbs.
God. There is another LA Fitness that's actually not It's kind of equidistant. It's not too terribly far. So I could start going to that one, but oh my God, I was so like, oh God. And like, I could tell people were like looking at me because obviously like there's a guy on the floor who's just like, like drinking water like a crazy person. I was like, oh, Jesus, this is so
licking up your sugar.
Licking up my sugar out of my hand. I like ran out of the sugar and he was like, I have a Splenda packet. Let me grab it. So then I was eating Splenda, which feels even crazier, or maybe it was equal. Either way, it was a sugar substitute, God forbid.
Yeah, God forbid.
But I'm fine now. And then I felt fine that night. So it was fully just like, the human body is truly
The human
wild.
body is really weird.
Miraculous, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
so I really understand what women go through when they have kids, is what that's the point I'm getting
honestly,
at.
I am sure that's the same.
Yeah.
I have no doubt.
On the single writer pod this week that I had to re-record because me and Miranda's did not work out. I did have to explain periods to RJ in a way that I just never thought I would have to, because it is part of one of the stories.
Yeah. So that was
what? Sorry. What were his questions, or do I have to wait for the episode?
No. It was basically just like, let me explain to you how this works, or like what happens with the human body in that, like, basically that like I like bled through my shorts because I didn't have enough tampons, and I was on a date and I didn't expect to be on my period, and it was like and so I'm like, and he's like, well, why don't you just tell the guy? And I'm like, RJ, you don't want to tell the guy.
No,
I gotta go because I got blood all over my shorts.
Right.
I was like, but I did eventually tell him because it is part of the story of me. I'm like, listen, I should probably go home. I'm on my period. It's not great. And he's like, it's fine. As a man does. They say.
Yeah. He wanted to earn his Red Wings.
And then me and RJ had that moment of I said, well, yeah. I mean, I was like, just throw a towel down, and RJ goes, well, that's what gay guys do. I'm like, all right,
we're on the same page. Look at us.
Page. But yeah, so
simpatico. Great.
But it hit. I was like, RJ, I have to tell you this part because all of the women that hear the story, they're gonna want to hear this part because it's just like
it's an integral part of the story. Yeah.
I mean, I definitely didn't know for many years that there were multiple holes. I didn't know that. That was like news. But I was also a gay person who was like, I'm never gonna have to need to know.
I don't need to.
I'm never gonna be down there. Right.
Yeah. I'm not a gynecologist.
No. I would be. I think I would be a good gynecologist, to be clear. Like, I think I would be very attentive and caring and helpful to my patients. I have a wonderful bedside manner.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was news.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of men today think that there's only one, and that if you pee, you got to take your tampon out, and you don't.
You don't. It's true. It's true. You don't. One time when I was little, we had a dog named Max, and then I swear to God, we'll end this podcast. We had a dog named Max,
Miranda.
And I came home.
She's not even back yet.
I came home from like 6th grade, and I was like my first year where I was like going home after school, and I didn't have to like go be watched by anybody or like go to like an after school program or whatever. Like I was like a big boy. I came home, and there was like bloody rags all over the house. And I was like, we had just gotten Max, and I was like convinced he had like hurt himself or like, or something happened. Like he like was bleed. Like I was like very nervous. He was a white dog.
Oh,
there was like, so I was like, he's dying. I ran next door to our neighbors who had like, we were friends with them. They had like multiple dogs. And so I was like, I don't know what happened, blah, 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 blah. So the mom, she was like, well, let me come over and see. I think her name was Gail. She came over. She walks in, looks at the ground, and she goes, it's just put it in the trash. It's fine. And I was like, what? What is it? And she was like, you need to ask your mom, but it's fine. It's not Max.
Is that
He's
what
fine.
You think it is?
And then later that night is when I was like, Mom, there was blood everywhere. And she was like, I told your sister she has to empty the gut. And I was like,
my God. Oh my God.
So you live and you learn.
You grew up with all sisters, so it's like
I did.
Yeah.
You had a lot of estrogen in that house.
Yeah.
And a lot of dirty trash cans.
Dirty trash cans. Yeah. There's you know what? I won't say what I was about to say. Well, that was the show. Thank you so much for listening as always. Don't forget to join us on the Patreon. Patreon.com/Did You Read the Group Chat. It's $5 a month. We get 3 bonus episodes. As Casey said, there's a new single writer coming out. It just came out yesterday. As of the time of this episode drop. So thrilling. And then we've got 3 more coming in August. We don't even know what they are yet. Who's to say?
Miranda's going to tell us all about a damn glacier.
Glacier recap.
She's going to give us a full scientific breakdown of what glaciers are. We're excited for this PowerPoint presentation.
Thank you.
And I'm Miranda, are you going to have quality internet for
Mama, I am buying the
package.
The big package, the deluxe.
Write it off because you're going to be booking a trip once you're back.
Listen, the girlies love that content. They really do. I'm not going to YouTube it. I decided.
Don't even try.
I'm not going to YouTube, especially because it's like we're only getting off the ship one day. And I was like, I'll just story and make some reels and TikToks and call it good.
And Jason,
well, speaking of stories,
Aretha doesn't want to be part of your.
No, but I did our Northern European. I did vlog that one when we were in 2019, and she successfully stayed out of all of them. So.
Don't forget, speaking of stories, if you join our close friends, you get added to our Instagram close friends where you'll never see me interact, but you will see Casey and Miranda for sure, which is
Hey, we saw Adam getting jostled by that 40X. And I was getting texts being like, oh my God, I love that Adam and RJ went and saw Twisters in 40X.
It's so stupid. I recommend. And that's all from us. So have a great week.
Bye, girls.
And see you next time.
Bon voyage.
Bye.
Bye.
Discovering voices, building worlds. The Ampliverse. Thanks for listening to the show. You can find us on Instagram at Did You Read the Pod and TikTok at Did You Read the Group Chat. You can also join the group chat on Facebook and the Discord server. Links on the episode details. The best way to support the show is by sharing the podcast to your friends and by leaving ratings and reviews. You can leave a 5-star rating on Spotify and a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and we'll read them on the show. Our theme, KK Cruisin' Lo-Fi, is by Closed on Sunday. Find their music on Spotify and YouTube as Closed on Sunday. See you next time, besties, and don't forget to read the group chat.